Bangle Global Limited, a fashion house that specializes in creating full fashion sets with just one fabric containing dress, bag, fabric bangles, like you can see here, fabric earrings, fabric wallets, fabric purse, fabric necklaces, even head wraps, just with one fabric, like you can see in this picture. I know you love it, right? So now I want to show you how we create our beautiful fabric bangles. So here we have the materials we use in making them. Here is the elastic band, and then the needle, as you can see, then the thread, we have a chalk, a safety pin, then the tape roll, as you can see, then we have the scissors, and then the fabric material we're using, which is the Ankara. So it's an Ankara fabric bangle, and I'm sure you loved how it was displayed in the first scene. So now we move into the process. So the first thing we do is to fold the fabric twice using the measurements above. So we cut the first part of the first part of the three pieces, then we cut the second part for the three pieces to be complete. So what we are targeting here is 3 pieces of this, material. So mind you, the length is 21.5 inches. 21.5 inches. The width is 2.5 inches. So now we'll take the 3 pieces, as you can see here, and secure the edges. The first thing to do is to secure the edges. Yeah, so after securing the edges, we begin to plait, like when you're making hair, or should I say braid? Yeah, let's say braid. So like you can see here, I'm done securing the edge, and so I'm about to plait it or to braid it. Some will use the word braid, right? So that's just it. So as you can see, I've started braiding here. I intentionally made this place quite slow so that I don't know, in case you might not have an idea of braiding, you can see how it's going. Yes, so just for you to see how I braid, I was braiding it. So I began to braid it down, as you can see. So very soon I'll soon hasten up the process so that to save time in the video. So you braid it till the end. Yes, you braid it till the end. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm pulling it up. As you are braiding, you'll be pulling it out, especially if you don't want it to be too thick. If you don't want the bangle to be too thick on your wrist, you pull it up so that it can become a little bit slimmer. Yes, but if you want it thick, you can leave it like that. But me, I choose to pull it so that it can be slimmer on the wrist. It will not be looking too big or boogos, or extremely big or boogos, because we still have some more materials that will make it thicker. So now you can see, yeah, I'm trying it on, looking at it on my wrist, so as to ensure that it doesn't look too big, like I've been saying. Yeah, so as you are making it, you can also try it on and adjust it to how thick you want it to be on your wrist. Okay, so while I wore it, I was also trying to check the length of my wrist. So I removed 2 inches from it. Those were part of the things I was doing while I was trying it on. I took away 2 inches and I cut. So now after cutting, immediately I secured the edge of the braided fabric so that it doesn't get loose. That's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to secure it so that it won't start losing, because when you cut it, there's a possibility that it starts losing. You understand? So to be on a secured part, I quickly secured that edge so that it will not be losing. So I secured it right now. So very soon I'll try it on again, and you see that it didn't cover my wrist totally. You can see the 2 inches space left. You understand? So I made the 2 pieces of the braided part. Since I cut, the other part will be for the rest of the other bangle that I'm creating. So now I took another piece and I measured 2.5 inches width, and then for the length I measured 6 inches. You understand? Yes, 6 inches. You can use 5 inches. It's okay, because I personally measured 6 inches. So that's it. So that part is what we want to use for the elastic band to cover it up totally. The reason is that when you're wearing the bangle, it has to be, you have to use the elastic band so it can be easy to wear, because the hand is bigger than the wrist, so that it can easily pass through your hand to your wrist. You get? So that is why we use the elastic parts for it. So now I'm showing you how I'll be folding it on the machine to sew. So that's the 2.5 inches width and the 6 inches length. I'm showing you how I'll be folding, and then I will sew it down. You can see I'm folding it. I fold half inside and then turn it together, and I will use the machine to sew it down. So now for the elastic, I'll be measuring 1.5 for each of the bangle, making 3 inches. So here I cut 3 inches, knowing that by the time I'm fixing it, I'll still cut it into 2 for each of the bangles. So it will be 1.5 inches for each of the bangles. It shouldn't exceed that. So now here is what I was showing you how I'll be folding. I folded it and I'm sewing. This is the first bangle, and here is the second bangle I also sewed, because I was making them together virtually. So I hope you love what you're watching and you understand every bit of what I've been teaching so far. If you like what you're seeing and you want to learn more of this beautiful creation of beautiful fabric accessory, you can please like, subscribe and share with others. Also make your comments if you have any questions. So right now I'm passing the elastic into the fabric using the safety pin. You can see I put safety pin on the other edge, but the one I use the safety pin for is the one I put inside first, but I ensure that the other part, which is the part that doesn't have the safety pin, does not enter inside. Yes, almost entering, so I quickly brought it out. Yes, I brought it out so that I can secure it with the machine, sewing the fabric and the elastic together. Ensure that you sew the two of them together, or else it's just a waste of time. You might have to redo it again. So you can see I sewed it together. You can see the elastic still showing in it. Yes, so now I use the safety pin to bring out the other part of the elastic, as you can see. So I brought it out, and I want to take it to the machine to secure it. But before I do that, I have to remove the safety pin first of all, so that it will not break the needle of the machine. Now I'm trying to secure it with the machine, sewing it together with the machine, as in ensuring that the fabric and the elastic is being sewn together. So before I continue, if you would like to have more knowledge on beautiful craft work like this, you can please follow this channel, like and share with others, especially those who love creative things, as you can see. So now the next thing now is to take the remaining fabric and cut a very long piece this time around. So yeah, we are going to use 1.5 inches, or you can use 2 inches for the width of this one. So it's going to be long. So what I did is I'm trying to show you here how we are going to use this long fabric. You understand? What we are going to use it for is to wrap it around this particular woven fabric, because this is our skeleton. Do you understand? We cannot use it that way because the edges were not sewn, and so it will be rough. So to cover up the rough patches of the skeleton, what we need to do is to measure a long material. You can see here I used 2.5, but you can also use 1.5 inches for the width. You understand? Depending on how thick you want it. So I just wanted mine to be a little bit thick. You can use 1.5, it's also good. You can use 2 inches, but I use 2.5 here. You can as well follow this pattern, whichever one still comes out beautiful. So before I continue, I had to join the you can see how long it is. I'm displaying how long it is, but before I continue, I have to join the skeleton, which is the woven fabric, with the band that I just did on the machine. Understand? You join their edges together. So you can see I am joining it together, trying to ensure that it's well joined and secured together. So that's what I was doing here. So I joined the other part too, not just this part. I had to quickly join to quickly secure the edge of the needle so that it doesn't remove. So I joined the other part, the second part of the elastic elastic part I created and the skeleton, the woven skeleton of the fabric. So now I have joined them together. You can see how it is. Yes, so that's it, but we are not yet done. You can see that because of the fabric edges were not sewn, it's kind of looking rough. If you want to do it like this, it's also very beautiful, but you have to sew those three first pieces that we use in creating this skeleton. You will sew those three first pieces that we first of all created where we were making the skeleton. So you sew them, you sew their edges inside so that it can be neat. So by the time you are done with sewing the edges of the three pieces we cut at the first instance, you will now braid it neatly and join it and sew it neatly with the elastic part, and that will bring out another different beautiful braided bangle design. But in this case I didn't want that. I want this twisted beautiful bangle, you understand? So that is why I chose to do it this way without sewing the braided parts, you understand? Because I knew I would still cover it with this fabric, just like as I'm doing here. So the long fabric, you can see I'm covering it. I'm only covering the part of the braided fabric. I'm not covering the elastic part. Please take note of that. And I started from the part where I joined the fabric and the braided part, and ended at the other side where I also did the joining too. You understand? So I left extra material like you can see here, and I folded it neatly and secured it with the needle and thread like you can see right here. So this is the final process of making the fabric bangle. You can see I'm wearing it. Isn't it lovely? I'm sure you love it. For as many that love to have our fashion set, you can place your order in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Bye.